defaulting Veluza. Let's take a look at Veluza in the Pokemon TCG. This card from Paldea Evolved is a very, very interesting one, and one that's actually really, really good if you're looking for a single prize deck that is not meta. It can hit for some really solid damage and is definitely a lot of fun to play. Veluza, as a 130 HP Water-type basic Pokemon, has quite a lot of bulk behind it. It will be difficult for other one-prize Pokemon to knock out, and with its Slim Screw attack, can deal quite a lot of damage. Now you might say, Mitch, there are 4 energy required for this attack. 4 for 120 is not that good, but if we have no cards in our hand, this attack can be used for a single water energy, meaning that it's one of, if not the most efficient attacks in the game. Now 120 damage is not that much, but we can expand the damage by using Pokemon Go's Articuno. Its Ice Symbol ability will give all of your basic water Pokemon 10 extra damage on their attacks, which means that if you have 4 Articuno in play and no cards in hand, your Veluza will be attacking for 1 energy and dealing 160 damage. That is enough to half hit almost every card in the game. But in order for Veluza to start attacking, we need to remove all of the cards in our hand. Sometimes that can be quite difficult, but we play a ton of cards that are insta-plays in this deck. Cards like Crushing Hammer, cards like Heavy Ball, cards like Pokégear, that we can use to simply exit our hand, and if all things fail, we can use cards like Peony to empty our hand out, search for 2 trainers, play them both, get ourselves going from there. The tricky bit, of course, will be after we have a 0-card hand and we've attacked with Veluza, we need some extra cards, so we're going to play Radiant Venusaur as well. Its Sunny Bloom ability will mean that after we attack, we can draw cards until we have 4 cards in hand, which is very, very useful just to boost our hand up to get ourselves going for the next turn. Maybe we need another Veluza, another energy, something like that. Worst case scenario, we can always go for the Nest Stash on Skwovet to shuffle our hand to the bottom of our deck and draw a single card. Hope that it's playable. We all know how Skwovet works. It always gives you exactly what you need. So this Veluza deck, a very, very interesting one that's a lot of fun to play if you are playing on the kitchen counter. I'm going to jump across onto the casual ladder and we're going to see if Veluza can get a couple of wins using Slim Screw. Over we go. The casual ladder has brought us a Frigiback, so we're probably looking at a Chien Pao deck here. We've started Articuno, Nest Ball, Cross Switcher, Irida. I actually think we might be able to get an attack this turn. It's just a matter of whether or not we can take a knockout. Oh my goodness, that was not what I was expecting. A Wiglet, okay. The casual ladder produces some very interesting results sometimes. Was not what I was expecting when I saw Frigibacks, but that's okay. We should be able to get this one over and done with nice and quickly. In that case, we've got all the pieces that we need, and we can also knock that Wiglet out this turn, which means we're effectively winning the game straight up. We're going to grab ourselves a Veluza with an Nest Ball. We've got a Water Energy in our hand already, which is very, very handy. We can also play Irida here, but I just need to make sure how many cards. I'm going to play Cross Switcher, so I need to make sure that I've got access to the Ultra Ball as well. So we're going to grab ourselves a Battle VIP Pass. We play the 1 so that we can use Irida here. And then I'm going to grab another Veluza just to make sure that we don't have no cards in our hand to discard. That's the critical thing. We're going to get a Veluza and a Radiant Venusaur here, so we can draw some more cards. We're going to use Cross Switcher. We're going to bring that Wiglet into the active and then promote our Veluza. And from here, we can Ultra Ball away Super Rod and Veluza to grab ourselves Skwovet, just in case we need to draw some more cards next turn. And then Slim Screw 130 will be more than enough for a knockout on this Wiglet. I've just realized that my mouse is on the screen. Normally I would hide that, so I will, I think we're going to get another game. I will hide that after this game. Let's draw some more cards. Look at those, all very playable, so we might actually be able to get ourselves an attack this turn. All we need to do is Pokégear into a Peony and we guarantee an attack. The question is, are we going to... Oh my goodness. Okay, well now we just guarantee an attack without finding the Peony. They're using Boss's Orders. They're going for a Greninja. They're going to throw down an Arctibax, sure thing. I mean, it looks like we're going pretty slow here. A Concealed Cards for 2. You find anything? A choice belt? No, nothing. Okay, fair enough. And then a pass. So, we're looking pretty good here. All we need to do... Oh, we just top deck the Peony. I was about to say, all we need to do is not stuff up and draw something unplayable. But you know what? We can just throw down this Peony here. May as well play the Pal Pad first to shuffle that Irida back in. Let's just grab 2 cards that we can just instantly play. Nest Ball and Energy Search seem like pretty reasonable options. We can Nest Ball, find ourselves another Articuno, just in case our opponent gets a Pokemon with more than 130 HP. Then we can search for an Energy with our Energy Search, attach that to a Veluza, and then Slim Screw for 140 damage, knocking out the Arctibax and taking another prize. Now, our opponent has 1 card in hand, so it's pretty easy here to see how this one's going to go. The only way our opponent can realistically do anything here is if they've already got an answer in their 1-card hand. But if it was a research or something like that, they would have played it last turn. So I'm fairly confident that they're not going to be doing anything. There's a Tatsugiri with the Candace. Okay, fair enough. And then a concession. We'll play another one. We'll get a better game than that. Game 2, and we're up against a Shadow Rider Calyrex. This hand is definitely not as good. Our hand at the moment is not as strong as our previous game, which is disappointing because I would have liked to have had a really strong start here. At least we have Irida for a Pokemon and a VIP Battle Pass if it's in the deck. So we at least have that going for us. Looks like our opponent is playing this Radiant Eternatus Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX deck, which has gone around recently. It's a very, very cool deck. Quite a strong one as well. Alright, let's flip heads on this Crushing Hammer. We'll see what we can do. Tails, that's fine. What can we do here? We'll bench the Veluza. We'll play the Irida for sure. Let's grab ourselves a Battle VIP Pass and a Veluza. Because I think I'm just going to go... I'm going to just accept that next turn I'll be attacking, I think. Because I could search for, like, Energy Search here, or something like that. That would be fine, but I think it's just better to grab ourselves the Radiant Venusaur and the Articuno. We can throw that down, get ourselves a Veluza, and then prepare ourselves for next turn with the Irida in our hand. I think that's probably better. We might Pokemon Catcher just to see whether we can save our Skwovet here, and we can. So we're going to bring out a Pokemon. I'm thinking this Radiant Eternatus is going to be very difficult for our opponent to get out of the active, and then we can simply end our turn. I don't think we need to worry about anything more. And drawing a couple of cards, that's very interesting. Getting the Cross Switcher is very, very interesting. I don't know... We'd need to top deck Energy for us to be able to do anything with that, wouldn't we? If we top deck the Energy or the Cross Switcher, we can then Cross Switcher out the Shadow Rider. And we've managed to brick them, which is fantastic. So we'll see what we can do here. Crushing Hammer, we'll flip the coin. Flipping heads is nice, so we'll get rid of the double turbo, I would think. We'll get rid of that one. Send that back to the discard pile. Now, let's see, is there a way for us to guarantee it? I don't think so. I think we just have to get the Articuno and the Energy Search here. Like, I mean... This is really awkward because if we get the Energy Search, we guarantee that we attack next turn. But if we grab something like the Escape Rope or the Cross Switcher, then we get a better chance. I think this is fine though. We're just gonna go for it. We're gonna roll the dice on the Nest Stash. Nest Stash always gets what you need anyway. So we're just going to attach the Choice Belt here. Obviously we'll take some damage from Old Cemetery. That doesn't make any difference. And then we get a Nest Stash, and we get a Nest Stash into Escape Rope, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine because you. Oh my god! Oh my god! What? What? Well. I wish that there was a way that I could, what's the word that I'm looking for? I wish there was a way that you could cheat on Pokemon TCG Live so that you could all question me in the comments about how I was able to manipulate that top deck. But hey, it's happened. We drew into the Escape Rope, and now we've got one prize. We've got an EXP share and a Veluza and a Peony. We've got all the cards, realistically, that we need to get going again next turn. Now, the real issue for us is going to be that we've had to take a single prize, because that They had the Curlier in hand as well. Oh, they could have evolved into the Curlier and drawn more cards. They need to do something. What are they going to do here? Well, they're going to search for a blank card. It's a Dark Sylveon? What? Is that card even standard legal? Are you allowed to play Dark Sylveon? Well, I don't know. We're going to Crushing Hammer. We're going to flip Tails. That's disappointing. We've got Switch Cart, we've got Peony, we've got Nest Stash as well if we want to use it. I think we probably just... Well, we could Switch Cart and then Peony into double cross switcher and try and get a knockout. I think let's just Nest Stash here. We'll just draw into a card and then play that card, whatever it is. A Water Energy, that's playable. And then we will hit for 140 into the Radiant E-turn. We don't get the bonus damage because it's not a Psychic type, but we at least get a little bit of extra movement here. I don't like the fact that I keep getting these hands with Super Rod and like awkward cards that I don't want to discard with Peony. Escape Rope, okay. Well, I mean, I'll just put the other Veluza in the active because I know that you're not attacking. And then you're gonna give me the Dark Sylveon, eh? Well, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. What do we got? What can I do? Well, I mean, I can empty my hand out. So I can definitely remove this hand. We've not really got anything in the discard pile that I'm worried about. We could discard the Pal Pad if we want to. I'm going to Lost Vacuum. We're going to Lost Vacuum away the Ultra Ball. I'm going to get rid of that old Cemetery. Don't really care about it being there, to be honest. Then we get a Pal Pad. We will shuffle in an Irida or two. And then there's no Super Rod targets, which is disappointing. We can Peony, and then we can go and grab ourselves a couple of items that are instant plays. I'm thinking that we might get like a Shopping Center. That seems pretty good. And then we could get, I don't know. We don't really need anything, right? We can just grab whatever. As long as it's playable, it doesn't really matter. So we're going to grab the Hisuian Heavy Ball. We can play the Shopping Center down. We can play the Heavy Ball. I don't think there are any Pokemon in the prizes, and there's not. So we'll just hit this for 170. We just miss. I needed one extra Articuno on the bench to take that knockout. And keep drawing. We'll see what we can find. But you can see it's a pretty fun little deck. It's definitely not something that's going to be like top tier of the meta, but it's a lot of fun. And I mean, we're about to win against this Shadow Rider because they've just bricked themselves. So pretty happy with that. I'm just going to ram. I'm not even going to do anything else here. We're just going to ram. We're going to take 2 prizes. We're going to leave it at that. So let's just leave our hand as it is, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a solid turn off against this Calyrex next turn. Now they actually won't... Oh, they've top decked into an energy. I was about to say they won't even be able to knock us out here because they don't have any energy in play. But now they're drawing, and they are drawing more cards. So as is often the way, once you draw one, you draw the rest. So they've got 3 Psychic Energies now in play, 4 Psychic Energies now in play. Now they should be able to take the knockout. They've got an extra one as well. Everything is looking pretty good. And they're going to Iono. Well, that's a very interesting situation for us, because now we know we don't have access to... Oh, I was about to say, we don't have access to 2 of our Peonies because they're on the bottom of the deck. Hey, it doesn't matter. We just top deck them anyway. So... what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to probably just half hit this Calyrex, I would think. I'm going to play down another Dark Sylveon over there, obviously quite critical to their strategy. I'm not even going to bother to read the card, because I don't think it's standard legal. I think it's a promo that's not legal. I don't know. That's just my heart of hearts is telling me that. I could be wrong. But we're going to ignore it. We've got all the cards that we realistically need here. We can Peony, we can Ultra Ball, we can get rid of the Switch Cart and the Pokégear. We've got a Veluza in play, which is good. The question is, do we want to hit this for 170 or 180 damage? I think 170 is fine. We really want to be able to get another Veluza next turn, though. So we'll throw that down. Then we can Peony here. We'll be able to Peony for a probably an Energy Search. Seems pretty reasonable. And I'm thinking let's go for a Super Rod. Might be able to shuffle in some cards. We'll shuffle in a Veluza and an Energy, and then we can Energy Search here. And now we've guaranteed that we definitely get the Energy. I think there was 2 in there before anyway, so we can definitely get one of them here. And then Slim Screw will deal 170 damage, and we are one attack away from taking a KO on this Shadow Rider Calyrex and winning the game. So looking pretty good. This, however, is an awkward hand. Irida can find a Pokemon and an item. Two of them is a little bit difficult to deal with. So I don't know if this hand is going to be able to get us the win. There's a world where maybe it does. Like, it's very, very awkward. We'd need to top deck into a card here, I think. If we top deck into like a cross switcher or something like that, then maybe we've got a chance to win the game. But I think it's... Well, I mean, I say we've got a chance to win the game. I think we're going to win anyway, because our opponent didn't do anything for a very long time. But whether or not we win the game next turn is the question. Because if they were taking knockouts every turn, we'd probably be in a pretty similar spot regardless. So we'll see how things pan out here. Jet Energy. Oh, wow. Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting to happen. Jet Energy brings the Calyrex into the active, removes the damage one. I was expecting them to simply retreat, is what I was expecting. So they've beaten me at my own game there by playing the Jet Energy in the Calyrex, which is an incredibly cool card. We've drawn into Articuno here. That's very interesting. We can bench it. I don't think there's a way that we can empty our hand, though. So I think we just have to grab Veluza and, like, Ultra Ball, potentially. This is kind of awkward because... Yeah, this is not ideal. We're going to play the Veluza down. We're going to Ultra Ball. We're going to get rid of the Articuno and the Irida. We're going to find nothing. Then we're going to attach an energy to Veluza. We're going to play the Energy Search, and we're just going to attack here. Now, it's going to deal 140. 140, I don't think, is ever enough on the active, which is kind of weird. Let's draw some cards. I think I actually need another Articuno to win this game. Maybe 320 is a little bit tough for Veluza to get to, especially when you don't have your items that deal extra damage anymore. They've been removed from play. Maybe I could have played that a little bit better, potentially. That's okay. Our opponent is setting up a big board here of a lot of Calyrex. We've got an Irida, we've got a Nest Ball, we've got a Pokégear, so we can find the Articuno to guarantee the damage, because that'll be dealing 150. 150 into 170 is 320, so we should be able to win the game on the benched one. We have one Articuno in the discard pile, though, so maybe we have another one in deck. I think we did, last I remember. I mean, if we Pokégear into Peony, I think the game is simply over. I don't know, though, whether or not we're going to be able to guarantee it. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. We'll throw the Veluza into the active. Super odd. Okay, so we can guarantee that we get the Articuno. Let's play the Pokégear first, then. Peony. Okay. Alright, so, is there a world where we... Oh, I promoted the Veluza. If I'd promoted the Skwovet, we would have won! Oh, okay, so, now what do we have to do? Now we need... Well, we need the Articuno. Definitely. The Articuno gets us to 320. So, the question then is there a way for us to guarantee that we win the game? I don't think so. I think we just have to kind of hope and pray here. We're going to go for Peony. Now, if we had one more card, we might be able to get there. I'm going to go for double Pokemon Catcher here, and we're just going to flip heads, and we're going to win the game. We are hoping that we don't flip heads on this one, though, because heads on that one would be really bad. Okay, Pokemon Catcher. Here we go. Flip heads, win the game. Flip heads and win the game. Flip heads, win the game, bring out the one that we can hit for 150 damage. Slim Screw into the Shadow Rider Calyrex, takes the KO, 3 prizes remaining. I don't think that that was the smartest play that I've ever done, but it's definitely a play, and you saw it. Thanks everyone for sitting through this. A bit of a longer video today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. The deck list is in the description. I'll see you all next time for more from the Sableyes. Bye.